simple things that it takes to survive and grow stronger and build the image that we need and work with our new mayor. Thank you.
This next question will be directed to you first. Jobs, you mentioned jobs are very important. Bringing jobs into Riviera Beach will help kind of raise the overall feeling of positivity in the city. What type of jobs, as far as industrial, tourists, what type of jobs would you anticipate bringing to the city if you're elected to?
First time, I'm going to tap into the natural resources that we have. We have this great engine called Port of Palm Beach, okay? That's the #1 thing that drives Palm Beach County. We have to find a way to get our young people, our unions, opportunities in that port. That is our engine maker. We have to create jobs. We have to go over there and find out, since you've been in our city for all these years, how do we partner up with Riviera Beach and the port to make this happen? One of the biggest issues we talk about now with the port and other cities we're talking about it is the parking garage. That parking garage is going to bring a lot of work to the city. Those are the things, the simple things that we need to do with the jobs. Find those that we have in the city, bridge those relationships, and hold our elected officials accountable. That's the only way you're going to have this. Now, I think about now, I came to West Palm Beach for a forum in the city of Riviera Beach. That means a lot, because that tells me that someone in West Palm Beach care about what happened to my resident of Riviera Beach. Those are the same things that we got to do to create jobs in our city. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Jackson, the same question to you. What type of jobs, as far as area, recreational, tourist, industrial, what type of jobs would you like to bring into the city if you're elected to the council?
Well, I think we have enough sweeping the floors and flipping burgers and that type of thing. I want to see for my son engineering jobs, technology, and electrical jobs, plumbing jobs. We have an opportunity in the city of Riviera Beach, especially with the marina development, and and I keep saying the marina development because there are so many possibilities within the operation of that development. I want to see companies, even with our small businesses that get involved in the process, construction jobs, consulting jobs. We have young people that can be trained to do those jobs. We realize that not everybody is going to go to college, but I do want to see that these businesses take young people, train them for jobs that they can be trained in, those jobs that's plumbing jobs, electrical jobs, the jobs that require them to go away to college. We may want to get businesses involved where they may sponsor some of our children to be able to go to college, to get those degrees as engineers, and then to come back to the city of Riviera Beach and work as engineers. They are manufacturing big boats. We're talking about big manufacturers coming into our company. We have a lot of businesses in our company now, Barron size. They need people machinists that know how to operate those machines in those businesses. I want to see our young people become machinists, and I think opportunity is there to create those jobs.
Thank you. I want us to open this up to the floor if there are any questions from anyone in the floor now to these two candidates.
What opportunities do you all see for staff positions to open up so you all can get your ideas just implemented? Thank you.
As a young man coming home from college, I understood that was like trying to apply for a job in your own city, not be able to get something. But you must keep in mind, a lot of our staff got those jobs from 17, 18, 19 years old. A lot of those staff members are baby boomers, okay? A lot of those baby boomers getting ready to retire. And the good thing about it is, a lot of our staff have been training others. So the next 5 years, you might see a nice turnover where we open up opportunities for other college students that are coming home from college, that we can put them in position to stay there and train others as they come along. So I think in the next few years, you might see something really blossom here, because we have a lot, as you know, we have a lot of college students here in West Palm Beach and Riviera Beach. They have Riviera Beach ties that want to vie for these jobs, but people get a great job, great city of Riviera Beach, great benefits, and we have great benefits. They don't want to leave, and I don't blame them, but we must train other young people, put them in position, work with Workforce Alliance to create internship positions where they can be trained so no jobs open up, they're ready to go right away. So that's something I would definitely do, is establish a relationship more with Workforce Alliance, tap into those resources since we such a tight budget, as they say, and make sure that we promote youth to come back and getting back to their communities, because we have a lot of people that went away to be accountants, engineers. My brother went to school to be an architect, but he couldn't come home and get an architect position, but we should have our own architecture firm right here in Riviera Beach. So that would stimulate something when children start seeing there's a firm with a lot of young brothers and sisters working. Maybe that's something I might want to do, or electrician. So that's something we think about.
We currently, the City of Riviera Beach currently has an incentive that they've offered their employees, which is a drop program. Many of those employees have decided to participate in the drop program. So they will be retiring within 2 years, and more job opportunities will be created. Now, we as policymakers on the council do not hire. However, we have a relationship with the city manager where we talk about the things that we would like to see in the city. One of the things that I would like to see is a grant writer. We do not have a professional grant writer in the city. We are missing a lot of opportunities and untapped resources from federal dollars and state dollars that would also open up positions, because our grant writer could write grants for certain programs that would hire additional people in the city. So I think in my conversation with Ms. Jones and in looking at the new budget, I would like to see money allocated for a professional grant writer to be able to go after some of those federal and state dollars that will look at bringing programs to hire people from our community. I also would like to see the police department and perhaps other departments look at a reserve program where we actually would train people to be standby on a certain stipend, and with the police department, they would work as needed. So instead of paying an officer overtime, you would use your reserve staff. And while you're using your reserve staff, you're training them. So when a position becomes available, they're able to quickly move in that position. We may be able to do that with other departments as well, as far as clerical staff, as far as business staff. We may be able to use or implement a reserve program where people work for those people that may be out on vacation or maybe out on sick leave, where we can use those people rather than using other backup staff and paying them overtime, but we're also training them in addition to getting them ready to take over these jobs.
Briefly, we need to, and in fact, you can answer this and just continue into your closing.
Okay, just very briefly, we got to keep in mind, we have to be very careful when we start talking about the safety of our residents. Having a reserve staff that's not quite trained yet, going out to the streets, that could become a safety issue. We have to make sure that we put staff that are already ready, went through the police academy, going through some time in these streets before we make them official officers. We don't need part-time officers protecting my grandmother and my grandfather and our youth. These children's community. We need full-time people. If the staff, we need to come off the top heavy, like you said earlier, young lady, we need to start cutting from the top and hire more full-time employees. You have to make the tough decisions. You can't be afraid of making people upset in the city of Riviera Beach and West Palm Beach, where the city live in. Make those tough decisions. If we got 5 or 6 people up top making big dollars, we might need to cut it down to 3 and have 6 more officers full-time. Those are the tough decisions we need to make.
And continue with your closing.
Okay.
You're about a minute now.
Okay. Okay, Attorney Ferguson. Once again, my name is Terrence Davis, and the reason I'm running for City Council District 5 at large is to make sure that you have a servant in office that definitely is a reflection of your vote. Someone that's from the community, for the community, and put a lot of hard work and time in the streets with our young men and our young women. Working in senior programs. I've been endorsed by SEIU, FL-CIO, Local Union 1652. If they believe in me, you should believe in me. On March 12th, make your vote count, because a vote for Terrence T.D. Davis is a touchdown for Riviera Beach and Palm Beach County. Thank you.
Let me clarify also, I certainly wouldn't want to put untrained officers on the street. As a matter of fact, I think that would be illegal to do that. I don't think you can do that. I think they have to go through a training program. So with that being said, I think I am the best choice for the city of Riviera Beach. And the reason why I believe that I am the best choice for the city of Riviera Beach, I am a homeowner. I have an invested interest in the city of Riviera Beach. I pay taxes. And not only do I own one home, I own several homes in the city of Riviera Beach. I have built my business to be reflective of who I am. I also have participated and worked with several employees. And one thing about my track record that I can proudly list is that every place that I have been, I have left it better than what I found it. I've not been terminated from a job. I don't have a track record of being abusive on a job. My track record speaks for who I am. I understand how to read a budget. I understand how to fill out financial forms. I know how to spend and allocate money. I'm able to watch resources within the city and make the right decision. I use sound judgment, not based on what I think and what I know. I'm openly supportive about marina development. I make no mistakes about that. I see the importance and the criticalness of the marina development in our community, and I'm proud of that, and I can admit that. One thing you will find from me is that I'm consistent. I have integrity, and I'm definitely transparent. There's nothing in my background that I hide. So this is why I asked you to vote for me on March the 12th, because what you see is what you get. Thank you.
We are almost done. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Ms. Denise Albrady for closing remarks.
First of all, I would like to thank our candidates for coming out tonight. Thank you all very much for answering the questions of concerned citizens. Thank you for allowing us to see where you stand on the issues, and thank you so much for your commitment and dedication to the communities that you serve. I want to thank the community for coming out tonight. We had an awesome turnout. This was fantastic. So despite what they say about we don't care, we do care. So pat yourselves on the back because it was awesome. I'd like to thank Barbara Cheese and the Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, the Social Justice Ministry for helping put this together and bringing us all together under one roof here at the church. I appreciate that. James Green, Black Village Voices, and his group for putting this together. National Coalition of 100 Black Women, West Palm Beach chapter. We had quite a few members here, but they kind of dashed out, so I was going to give them a little recognition, but I appreciate that. And this evening, I want you to take away the VOTE. And what that stands for is the V is a clear vision for the futures of Riviera Beach and West Palm Beach. The O is for the optimistic outlook. The T is the tolerance for necessary change. And the E is the essential information you needed from the candidates to make the right choices. And there's one thing that's absolutely clear, that is that our voice is our vote. So you need to make it loud and clear on Tuesday, March 12th, and make your voices heard at the booths, at the polls. So I encourage everyone to get out and vote. That's the way we make a difference in our communities. Right now, I want to turn the microphone over to the great pastor of this church, Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, the Reverend Gerald Kisner, for his comments and remarks. Thank you.
God, again, we just thank you for this time of sharing. We thank you for those who dare to give of their time and their talents and to offer themselves up for public office. Holding office is a difficult and challenging time, and we send them out with the blessings upon them that they might act in a just way and think of those who they serve and not themselves. Keep them all safe, sound, and protected. And now, God, be with all of us even now as we leave this place. Keep us safe, sound, and protected until we meet again in Jesus' name. And for his sake, let all of God's children say, amen. God bless you and be careful.